Welcome back to Tacoma to CityLine. I'm Phedra Redifer, filling in for Amanda Westbrook. And we continue this segment with a focus on youth. And I have our friends here from Goodwill to talk with us specifically about the YouthBuild program. And we actually have a student in the program as well. So anxious to have you all here today. Welcome. George White, you're the Public Relations Director for Goodwill. Thank you for being here today.
Yes, thank you for having us, Phedra.
And Ronisha Hamilton, you're a case manager with Goodwill. I'm anxious to talk to you and learn more about your role and responsibilities.
Thank you.
And Samuel Peebles, we actually have you as a participant in the YouthBuild program, so it's going to be really fun for us to hear your perspective and what this program is doing for you. So, George, I'd like to start with you today and talk a little bit more about Goodwill. And it's not just about the thrift stores. YouthBuild is an actual program designed specifically for youth, and I'd like for you to share with our viewers today what that is and what Goodwill's approach is.
Sure. Well, overall, Goodwill uses the revenue from our thrift stores to fund an $8.9 million schoolhouse. And part of that schoolhouse is the YouthBuild program for students 18 to 24 years of age. And it's free. It offers about $17,400 worth of training in the construction field. And YouthBuild is so much more than the construction training itself, because it's also a gateway to other career paths through higher education that is also offered in the program. And I don't want to steal thunder from anybody else talking about it, but I will say that it's made possible by our partners. The federal government provides, Department of Labor provides funding for the program, as well as our thrift store revenue. And then we work with Habitat for the Humanities, and they help also with allowing our students to build homes in the community that turn into affordable housing.
And what I appreciate so much about Goodwill is that the money that you all are making, it's just reinvested in different ways, and it's really focusing in our youth and providing these skills and resources so that they can achieve those goals that they want to achieve. It's just very, very powerful, and I applaud Goodwill for providing these types of programs. So Ronisha, as a case manager, I would love to understand what your day-to-day responsibilities are with this program. What are some of the nuts and bolts, and what's your interface between Goodwill, the company, the organization, and then connecting with the youth in the program? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, my position as a case manager pretty much covers everything that's part of the program: resources, connecting with outside resources, jobs, from connecting with peer counseling or any type of counseling, higher education. So I pretty much, as a case manager, cover every part of the program.
And what does the program mean to you personally?
It means a lot to me where I come from. We didn't have a lot of resources like this, a lot of programs like this. So it means a lot that we are helping our future councilmen, presidents, mayors, job owners, CEOs accomplish their future. So it means a lot to me that I could be part of that journey.
And it means a lot to me too, being a parent, because I think that in your role as a case manager, you see the potential in people, and in particular our youth. And we want the youth to be equipped with every resource possible, whether it's self-esteem, confidence, or life skills. And we hope that that youth sees it through and then just reinvests their life back into Tacoma. And I applaud you, because I can imagine, and you can tell me a little bit more about this, but I can imagine there's an emotional investment that you have with each and every student within the program. Tell me a little bit about that.
When I first started, I wasn't quite aware of the emotional part of the job. It gets heavy sometimes. But at the same time, I can relate, because I've been in a lot of situations that our current, past, and alum students are going through. So with that comes empathy, and it's a balance, an emotional balance, because you just want to help every single person that comes into the program. But you have to keep those guidelines, and it's a balance. It's definitely an emotional balance, which took me about a year to figure that out. So with that, and I'm a mom as well, so I bring a different insight to YouthBuild on a different level with the students, and they appreciate it.
And I applaud you because I don't think that's easy. I think sometimes the balance can be skewed at different points in time,
Right.
and certainly based on the individuals who are in the program. So I applaud you for giving that extra emotional support to our youth who really make a difference in Tacoma, and we're growing great people. And I think it's important to recognize that Goodwill is just reinvesting back in our youth, and the youth is who we're counting on to continue to advance the great work that we're doing in Tacoma. So I admire you. Thank you for doing what you do. So it's one thing, George, it's one thing when we can set up programs, we can do the back end support, we have these creative ideas, but I think sometimes we need to really celebrate those who are going through the program, so the participants themselves, and to hear from them their individual perspectives on what the program is doing. So I'm fortunate to welcome Samuel here today. You're actually a student as part of the YouthBuild program, and I'm just really curious what your background has been and how you stumbled on the YouthBuild program.
Well, when I first thought about it, I really liked construction, and my parole officer actually was the one that showed me YouthBuild and actually got me signed up. And you know, I wasn't exactly sure about it, but I just decided to sign up anyway. And it was actually really, you know, really eventful and very, I'd say, really helped a lot.
And so before you participated in YouthBuild, what did your future look like for you personally? And now that you are in the program, what does it look like for you now?
Well, my future wasn't very bright. I was in and out of juvie and got in a lot of trouble, and I really didn't have a positive outlook for the future at all. I wasn't very motivated for anything, and you know, nothing really popped up in my head that I saw a future for myself until I got to YouthBuild.
That is fantastic, and that is exactly what we want to hear. That in itself is its testament, right? And so, Ronisha, I know you have a huge hand in the part of Samuel being successful and where he is today. And Samuel, you have to be honest. I know she's sitting beside you. You can elbow her if you want to, but has she been a good case manager for you?
Ronisha's been a very good case manager. She is very supportive, very conscientious about the students as a whole. You know, she really thinks about where you've been and doesn't really judge you from the start, and you can kind of be at ease instead of worrying about, you know, exactly respecting your elders to the point where you can be comfortable.
I love that. And I think, Samuel, just being in your position, I think sometimes we all just need an advocate that's non-judgmental and can help see the things in us that sometimes we can't see ourselves. But if we didn't have the YouthBuild program through Goodwill, it would be I think, a detriment to all of us to not have the talent and the mindset that you have to really see in yourself what the potential is. So I applaud you for being in this program, and certainly you, Ronisha, for your efforts and energy in making sure that Samuel goes through the program successfully. So tell me, how many people participate in the YouthBuild program, and how long you've been involved in the program?
I've been involved with the program almost 2 years now. Right now we have 22 students enrolled. Come July, when we start our new summer group, it'll be 30 slots available. July of 2018, and then April of 2019, there will be also 30 slots available. So those are the two that we have coming up soon.
And then, Ronisha, tell me, how long is the program from the beginning to the end, and is it weekly, daily? What does that look like?
So it's a 30-week program with a year follow-up, about 25 hours a week. Right now we're Monday through Thursday, so they have that Friday off. And half the time they're in GED, half the time there's construction, and then there's a day where we do community service and leadership development. So 30-week program with the year's follow-up, so probably about a year and a half, or a little more than a year and a half total.
And you know, I know, much like myself, our viewers at home right now are thinking, this is incredible. This is just in Tacoma. We know people throughout Washington State. Do programs like this exist throughout Washington, and how would we tell our viewers to share this information forward, and where can they look in their own communities to connect to something like YouthBuild program?
So the Tacoma YouthBuild program, we do serve the Tacoma metropolitan area. There are YouthBuilds in Seattle and Olympia. There's a website, YouthBuild USA website, if you want to find out where the YouthBuild is in your local area. So those are a couple of resources that are out there to find YouthBuild.
Yes, George.
Well, I just want to add that Seattle actually has 20 seats available in June for their program.
That's
and then
great.
there are also programs in Eastern Washington, so the site's an excellent way to locate a site near you. And again, it's free education and career training in an industry right now where a lot of baby boomers are retiring, so a lot of positions are opening up. People can come right out of this program into $20 to $25 an hour jobs.
That is phenomenal, and what an amazing resource. And again, kudos to Goodwill for reinvesting back in our youth. And Samuel, I wish you the best of luck, and I'm excited that you're going to have a competitive edge on all those job seekers out there, and great work for what you do, Ronisha.
Thank
Very
you.
good work. So thank you so much for being with us today. I appreciate it, and Samuel, we'll be looking for you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So stay right where you are. We'll be right back with some more CityLine, our final segment, and the Tacoma Historical Society. We'll be right back.